All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm just going to jump right into this one because I'm going to do some more videos later, depending on what's going on in the news. There's a lot of stuff going on in the news. I mean, who knows what's going to happen right now, right? Who knows? But prayers for all the service people and military people. Prayers for every one of them. So, and always prayers for every one of them. Anyway, they're definitely sacrificing for the country and for the good of everything. So, Summer Wells case. I was out the other day and was talking to someone, and someone in the know, and apparently, without, well, let me just say this. This is hard for me to say, but you know, it is what it is. But apparently, from people in the know with the Summer Wells case, no, the case is not cold, but it's not prosecutable. And here's the key, guys. It doesn't look like it's going to be prosecutable for a while. Okay. I'm just a messenger, just saying, you know, what people believe that are in the know. It's pretty sad, but you know, talking about it, you know, it's not cold, but again, it's not prosecutable, and it'll probably be a while before it is, apparently. So don't know what all that's about, but I guess if you're a suspect or a person of interest in the Summer Wells case, which they've not come out and named any yet, but the DA said there are players that are involved in this drama. So that tells me that they're looking at some people, right? Don't know who it is, but unfortunately, guys, bad news. You know, if prosecuting somebody means solving the case, sounds like from people in the know, it could be a while. So, specifically, don't know. But definitely it's not cold, but you know, where it goes from here, it's anybody's guess. So, but you know, it's good to hear from people, you know, in that specific area, and of course, I'm like a mile away, or not a mile, an hour away, but these people are a lot closer than I am. And you know, people talk, and people, you know, word gets around in a small town. Reminds me of what is that show back in the '80s? Murder She Wrote. Y'all ever watch that Murder She Wrote? Oh, what was that little small town in Maine that woman was from? Cabot Cove or something like that. But yeah, word travels fast. Apparently in a small town, and when you bring something up, you know, people are like, "Oh yeah, I know." Yeah, people are quick to tell you if they're in the know about certain stuff. I don't know why, but yeah, apparently it's not cold, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. Now that could change. You know, that could change. You know, I could say this now, and there could be an arrest 2 days from now, right? But you know, the talk of the town, community, whatever you call it, you know, the general area up there, it's yeah, it's still at a standstill. So that being said, I don't know what more we can talk about in the Summer Wells case, right, guys? Don't know what more we can talk about in it. I mean, if the case is at a standstill, you know, we know Don and Candace are being looked at. We know several other people are being looked at. You know, some people have their eyes on Hunter, Candace. Some people have their eyes on, you know, every one of them. They have their eyes on Candace, Dawn, Grandis, and Hunter. Some people have their eyes on Andy, Jody Sue, and some guy named Chad Arnold. I think that's his name. But like I said, it don't sound like it's going to go anywhere anytime soon. But again, I could be wrong, right? This is just talk from people that are in the know. And it's, you know, I wish I could get on here and tell you some great news about the Summer Wells case, but, you know, reality is reality, you know, and there's nothing you can do about it. I mean, it is what it is. So, you know, I guess if you are involved in the Summer Wells case, you got some time. You got some time on your hands, I guess. No guarantees. You know, like I said, something could happen today, tomorrow, you know, whatever. But it sounds like it's going to be way down the road before something happens, unfortunately. So, but again, I mean, other than that, I mean, not really, not unless something breaks and, you know, there's some more drama surrounding the Summer Wells case. I'm not really sure about that new PI, and I think he's moved on to something else. I don't know what happened with him in the Summer Wells case, but I think it sounds like that new PI has moved on to something else. And, you know, Summer Wells case is maybe just, I guess, maybe just the flavor of the day. I don't know. But not really much more to talk about. Now, I would, the one thing I would like to know, which everybody, you know, a few people still emailing me asking me, you know, have you heard anything about, you know, because everybody wants to know why Dawn and Candace signed over their rights, right? Especially now since they've been, you know, cleared of neglect and abuse. They're like, well, why'd they sign their rights away? I don't know. I mean, I think that is a good, great, valid question, but don't know if they can answer it. Well, I guess they could, since everything's, you know, done and over with. I guess they could. Not really legally sure if they can or not, but you guys have a great question. I mean, you guys want to know why they signed their rights away, and that is a great question. Especially now, since, you know, DCS made their deal with them more than likely, and Dawn and Candace have been, you know, they're not in danger of being prosecuted by DCS no more. So that's just DCS though. I'm not talking about law enforcement. But yeah, it's a great, valid question. Why did Dawn and Candace sign away their rights? You know, that's a, you know, what is it? Inquiring minds want to know, I guess. So anyway, guys, that's it. Gonna be watching the news with the Middle East and all that good stuff, and just stuff in general. Barry Morphew, waiting to see, you know, if Barry Morphew comes out and hires, you know, $250,000 legal team for his defense. That would be interesting. So anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. Drop some comments. I know it's not what you want to hear, but again, reality is what it is. But you know, things could change, guys. Things could change. I mean, I could get on here and say it's going to be, you know, way down the road from what people are saying, and they could do something tomorrow. You know, I'm just the messenger and giving you kind of an atmosphere of what people in the know think that are, you know, in that area. So anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll catch you on the next video.